Flock Safety has 12,000 clients across the United States. Over 5,000 of them are law enforcement agencies. Their cameras are mounted on poles, on streetlights, outside hardware stores, in neighborhoods, on highways. The cameras scan every vehicle that passes. They record the license plate, the make, the model, the color, any roof racks, any bumper stickers, any visible damage or scratches. All of that data gets uploaded into a centralized national database in real time. And here is the part that matters most. Any law enforcement agency that has a Flock contract can search any other agency's data. All of it. Across all jurisdictions. Without a warrant. A cop in Texas can search the movement history of a car registered in Massachusetts, in real time, from their laptop. Flock said their system has made 400,000 case assists since the company was founded. It has also been used to track a woman seeking an abortion across state lines. It has been used by federal immigration agents in states that explicitly passed laws banning that use. Officers in Oregon search Flock's database after entering the word he into the required reason field. 20 separate times. In a single month. And until an audit in August 2025 revealed it, Flock's own CEO had no idea that U.S. Customs and Border Protection had been running a secret pilot program on their network for months. On July 11, 2026, the LAPD let their contract expire and walked away. The third largest police force in the United States just decided the product was too legally and ethically complicated to keep using. And that was basically yesterday. Flock Safety was founded in 2017 in Atlanta by Garrett Langley. The pitch was straightforward and genuinely appealing. Crime exists. License plates are visible. Cars are often used in crimes. If you put cameras everywhere that can automatically read plates and share that data between departments, you solve more crimes faster. Simple product. Clear customer. Obvious use case. Andreessen Horowitz backed them. Kleiner Perkins backed them. Tiger Global backed them. Matrix Partners backed them. Total funding, $1.2 billion. From a pure business mechanics standpoint, the model is elegant. Government contracts are sticky. Once a police department integrates your technology into their dispatch workflow, switching costs are enormous. And the network effect is real. The more agencies that join, the more data in the system, the more valuable the cross-jurisdictional search becomes, the more reason the next agency has to sign up. Flock applied the same flywheel logic that makes every major platform hard to leave, to surveillance cameras and law enforcement. By 2025, the company had built something that functions like a national license plate database. Not officially. Not by design, exactly. But structurally, functionally, that is what it became. Every Flock camera feeds into a shared national pool. Any Flock customer can search that pool. There is no central warrant requirement. There is no federal law specifically governing this. There is no independent oversight of who searches what and why. The oversight mechanism Flock built is a search reason field. Before you run a search, you type in why you're doing it. That's it. That's the privacy protection. A text box. In September 2025, a single Oregon police department entered the word investigation into that field 111 times in 1 month. They entered he 20 times. 20 searches. 1 month. 1 department. National Surveillance Database. Flock's response was to say their oversight tool would significantly reduce improper use. The ACLU ran an investigation and found the oversight tool doesn't work. You can type anything into the search field. The system accepts it. The search runs. Nobody reviews it. In May 2025, reporting emerged that Flock's system had been used by law enforcement in Texas to track a woman seeking abortion care across state lines in Illinois. Texas had passed laws making abortion illegal. Illinois had not. Flock cameras captured the woman's vehicle as it crossed state lines. The data was used to track her movements. The cameras were sold to catch car thieves. They became a mechanism for enforcing abortion laws across state borders. Then the immigration story came out and it was somehow worse. Illinois passed a law specifically banning the use of license plate data for immigration enforcement. In August 2025, Illinois Secretary of State Alexei Janulius ran an audit. The audit found that U.S. Customs and Border Protection had been accessing the Illinois flock data for months through a pilot program. The access violated the state law. When the findings became public, Flock's CEO acknowledged that his own leadership team had been completely unaware the federal pilot was running on their network. CBP had access to Flock's system in Illinois. Flock didn't know. The state law said they couldn't have that access. They had it anyway. The company that built the infrastructure through which that happened didn't know it was happening. The backlash crystallized after these two stories. The ACLU named their campaign "Get the Flock Out." They published maps of camera locations. They filed lawsuits. They helped communities draft model ordinances. Between August 2021 and May 2026, 82 flock contracts were terminated across 28 states. In just the first 5 months of 2026, 39 contracts were terminated. Dane County, Wisconsin voted overwhelmingly to cut funding for 24 flock cameras. Cambridge removed 16 cameras, then discovered Flock had installed 2 additional cameras without informing the city. Oak Park voted 5-2 to remove Flock after Illinois announced its data sharing investigation. Flagstaff canceled unanimously. Denver passed a moratorium. Evanston canceled. El Cerrito voted not to renew, saving the city $315,000 over 3 years. South Portland canceled effective immediately. And then on July 11, 2026, the LAPD walked away. Their chief information officer said it was not about cost. He said it was about civil liberties, civil rights, privacy, and the data being collected. He said they would stay out until questions about data ownership, privacy, security, and sharing could be ironed out. That is a very careful way of saying we do not trust this product anymore. There is also a pattern emerging from inside police departments themselves. In Georgia, 5 Albany police officers were arrested in July 2026 on allegations related to misuse of surveillance technology. In multiple cities, documented cases emerged of officers using Flock cameras to monitor ex-partners. The same product sold to catch stolen cars was being used to stalk people. A research study out of Hampton Roads, Virginia found that of the 10 census tracts with the highest concentration of Flock cameras, 8 were majority black communities. The heaviest camera concentration in Norfolk was around Norfolk State University, the only historically black university in the area. The researchers said that in some of those tracts, ordinary life could not happen without being recorded. The commute, the grocery store, the childcare drop-off, all recorded, all searchable. Flock's position has been that the technology works and the problem is misuse, not the product itself. Which is true up to a point. The cameras do solve crimes. Real police chiefs will tell you they caught real criminals using this data. But the infrastructure around the product, the data governance, the access controls, the oversight mechanisms, those are either absent, insufficient, or easy to circumvent with a search field that accepts he as a valid reason for querying a national surveillance database. And Flock is now making the infrastructure problem significantly worse. They are planning to plug their system into commercial data brokers that offer people lookup services. They are building a product that lets police, in their own words, jump from LPR to person. From a plate to a name and address, instantly, through a data broker. They are also building AI analytics that scan movement patterns across their entire national database to identify what their algorithm decides are suspicious behavioral patterns, before any specific crime has been reported. Not investigating something that happened. Flagging people the algorithm thinks might be about to do something. The legal picture is shifting underneath them. A recent Supreme Court ruling held that long-term location tracking without a warrant violates the Fourth Amendment. Civil rights attorneys are now arguing mass ALPR surveillance crosses the same constitutional line. The Fourth Circuit is currently evaluating a case that could set binding precedent on exactly this. Washington state passed a law limiting ALPR data use to felony investigations, banning sharing outside of court, and requiring most data deleted within 3 weeks. More states are drafting similar legislation now. The same pattern that showed up with the data center backlash is showing up here. Conservative communities and progressive communities arriving at the same conclusion through completely different arguments. Conservatives say government overreach. Progressives say discriminatory surveillance. Both groups showing up at the same city council meetings and voting the same way. Flock raised $1.2 billion building what is functionally the largest private license plate surveillance network in American history. That network helped solve real crimes. It also tracked women across state lines for seeking healthcare. It gave federal immigration agents access to data in states that passed laws to prevent exactly that. It allowed officers to search a national database while logging he as the reason. And as of yesterday, the LAPD decided the product was too legally complicated to keep using. They did not say the cameras do not work. They said we do not know where this data is going, who has access to it, or what it is being used for, and until we do, we are out. That is the problem Flock built. Not a bad product. A product with no reliable guardrails around what happens to the data it generates. At $1.2 billion in funding, they had the resources to build those guardrails. They built a text box instead. Rise and ruin. Every time.